By the way, Laura doesn't know, but Trisha Travis is sitting beside me. But yeah, our special guest, our special guest tonight is Laura West from Tennessee with LOL Ministries. That's right.
LOL Ministries Productions.
That's right. LOL Ministry Productions. I knew there was something else in there. I was trying to remember what that was. Yeah. So, guys, we just want to introduce you to Laura. She's going to tell us about her ministry, what she does, a little bit about her story. We're excited because in April, she will be here, April 22nd, 23rd, and she will be sharing her story and her ministry with us on the 23rd. And then she's got to leave. Where are you going, Laura?
Then I go to Blacksburg, Virginia.
Wow, up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful there.
All right, so guys, this is Laura West. If I had I'd give you a hand. Yay!
Well, hopefully you guys can hear me, and if I start breaking up, just yell at me and I'll hush up. But I'm here in Tennessee, and it's pouring down the rain right now.
Wow.
I know, it's yucky out there. But I do have a ministry, LOL Ministry Production. I've known Bonnie for, I don't know how many years now, Bonnie. We've known each other.
It's for a while.
It's been for a while, yeah. And Bonnie actually came to Tennessee to one of my ladies' conferences, and we've been trying to work on something where I could come there, and now the time has come. I actually am a comedian motivational speaker. So I kind of do a little bit of getting the crowd laughing, and I do that by dressing as a character called Emma Royd, not to be confused with hemorrhoid. Hemorrhoid is my husband. But I come out and I just dress up like a big old fat lady, and I just act like a grouchy Christian, and I just say things that get people thinking and laughing, and hopefully cause me to connect with my crowd and let them forget their problems for a little bit. And then after I do that, I change clothes, come back out, and do some serious speaking. And it depends on whether it's my first time with the group or I've been back several times. I do a testimony, and I don't know how much you want me to get into that now.
Well, you can do whatever you want to do, because I want people to know. I got to share something with you, Laura. I don't know if I told you or not, but when you had your speaking engagement in Tennessee, I knew we were going to go through mountains, but I just didn't realize the depth of the mountains.
Yes.
Well, my son got his driver's license the night before.
Oh, no.
And I let him drive the majority of the way. Well, then we're going, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, this is really pretty. And look at all those rocks up there. And, this is getting kind of crazy. So my son, it was dark, and he had to drive through those mountains. He was fine. He was calm. He said all his games helped him learn how to drive. He was a champ. Right. I'm over there sweating, and all these Mack trucks. I'm like, isn't there a rest stop somewhere? I'm calling Glenn, my husband. I'm like, can you look on the map and tell me if there's a rest stop anywhere soon?
How funny.
My son's going, Mom, calm down.
Those tractor trailers are enough to scare you coming through. You're talking about the gore. We call it the gore, where you have to come through the North Carolina, crossing over to Tennessee, and that is a scary place to go, especially at nighttime. So I'm sure you had renewed your salvation several times before you crossed into the Tennessee line.
That I did.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. But kudos to him because he can drive.
Yeah, and I'm in that process now. My son's just learning to drive, and I dread that day. I stick him loose with his daddy. I'm not brave enough as you are to keep behind the wheel even to go to school, so I can't imagine going all the way to Virginia like that. And good for you.
But we do want to get into whatever it is that you want to talk about tonight. Your ministry is... I've seen her a couple of times, and guys, y'all are really in for a treat.
I'm losing you a little bit. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There you go. Now I can. Yes.
We've got new equipment, so we're trying to figure out how to use all this. So, when you're live in the studio, you never know what you're going to get.
That's right.
And you know that.
Yeah, which is ironic because when you came home from my show, you called my show.
I
The
sure
weekend of
did.
my lady, you called in to give a testimony, and now I don't have a radio show anymore, and then I'm on your radio show. So never know.
You don't have a radio
Uh,
show anymore?
No, I stopped that about, I think, January of last year. I stopped doing that. It just became too much to juggle that, plus getting sponsors,
Yeah.
and the radio sold out this year to someone else and got new people running it now. And so it was just too much. But I
Wow.
enjoyed it. I loved it. I'd love to do another one again one day. So I know how hard it can be. And you got to go with the flow.
Yeah, juggling at all kinds of hats. You know, Lord,
Yeah,
Lord
absolutely.
gives you this, gives you that, and there's a time and a season for everything.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's the best way to put it right there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but back to what I do. So I do the comedy thing, and I don't always do that. It's really funny because I've got the booking I'm going to on Sunday after being with you guys is a church I've been to before. I did a ladies' conference there, and now they're having me back on a Sunday morning worship service, and all the ladies are just saying, "Oh, we can't wait to see Emma." And I'm like, "Well, I don't do Emma during a church service." And they just do a fit. So the preacher got on my Facebook page and said, "Oh, Emma's welcome, and we're looking forward to it." So I'll be the first time I've actually done Emma on a Sunday morning. So we'll see if that makes the offering go up or go down for their tithe that week.
I bet it'll make it go up.
I don't know. We'll find out, but they don't know what they're asking for. But anyway, it's lots of fun. But I told the guy that was for the news the other day that did a report, I don't like to emphasize the comedy as much, although I love to laugh, and I believe in laughter is good like medicine, but my heart and soul is in testifying and sharing with ladies and with men and wherever I go, encouragement, because our family has been through so much over the years. We fostered 103 medically fragile foster babies, and we ended up adopting one of those that God just left in our home, and we didn't understand what was going to happen or why it happened at the time. But it's been she's 20 now, and looking back, I see so many benefits and things that we have gotten from her. People think, well, you did a great thing taking her, but I'm telling you, she has taught us more than we ever have taught her. And that's my daughter, Malika.
Mm-hmm.
And just real quick, Malika was born blind, addicted to heroin, and just at 15 months old, scalded the hot water from her neck down. And doctors told us that she wouldn't survive, that she had less than a 5% chance of living. And we flew to Shriners in Cincinnati. And like I said, she's 20 now, so doctors don't always know everything.
That's right.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for doctors, and I'm thankful that the Lord knows our date of birth and the date that we're leaving here. And it's that in between that you and I have got to do all that we can to make it count. But I tell people all the time, when the doctor with the long white jacket gave us that diagnosis and walked out of her room, King of Kings, the great physician in the long white robe, walked in and said, "She's not going to die." And I'm just thankful for that today. And we use that as a tool to go around and encourage others that if you have a pulse today, you have a purpose. There is a reason God's left you here on this earth. And if God can use someone like Malika, who was blind and mentally delayed, she functions at about a 7-year-old level, to go out and see people saved and minister to people, there's no excuse why every one of us are not doing more than we're doing.
That's right.
And Malika doesn't do the speaking. She'll talk to you at the book table, but Malika is more of a singer, and I'm not. Malika will tell you I sound like a sick cow when I sing. So I leave the singing to Malika. And so that's what we're coming to do. We're going to come share our testimony. The Lord's given me a message I believe He wants delivered on going through wars. We all go through wars. We all have scars, but then we have to use them as stars. And that's what I'm going to share by sharing our testimony. And then Malika's gonna be singing for you guys. And I'm just looking for lives to be touched and changed. I really am.
Well, tell everybody, Laura, how to get in touch with you. Your web page, your Facebook.
Yeah. Yep. They can look me up to your Facebook, of course, under Laura West. They can go to the web at lolministryproduction.com. I wanted LOL Ministry. That was already taken, so we had to throw another word on. That's how we ended up with production on there. So it's lolministryproduction.com. And like I said, always through you. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited to hear the other ladies, and I'm just excited to see what God's going to do, and I hope a lot of people show up. But I don't worry too much about the crowd, because where 2 or 3 are gathered, and God already knows who's going to be there and who needs to be there. So
That's right.
we're
We've
just
got
looking
some
for-
powerful speakers this year, and let's see. Last year was my first year doing it. I was kind of thrown in there at the very last, and nothing had been done. And it was a okay turnout. It wasn't anything like I had hoped it would be, but I had less than a month to put the whole thing together.
Right.
So God, I believe that who needed to be there was there. And
That's
this
right.
year, I've been working on this for months now. And so I'm praying, that God will bring people here. We're working on the live auction, and we've been asking for donation, items. And
Right.
new, used, it doesn't matter. And so far, nothing. So be in prayer about that. We definitely want to
Okay.
have some giveaways and
Yeah.
things for people to be excited about, for them to be able to go home not only with a renewed spirit and more confidence, but something with them tangible as
Right.
well. Well, look,
Right,
I'm going
right.
to give the headphones over to Tricia, and I know she
Okay.
wants to talk to you a little bit, so you guys can get to know each other before you get here. Hold on.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're going to talk here too.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
It sounds like y'all are having too much fun in there.
She missed the ears and bopped me in the head with the headphones, so yeah, it was quite comical.
Things you don't get to see when you're on radio.
Very true. So I'm looking forward to getting to meet you and hear your testimony and see what you bring when you come. I've heard a lot about you. Bonnie's had wonderful things to say about you. And
Well, that's good.
yes. But I'm really looking forward to having you come and to get to meet you. So definitely, that's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. She's done wonderful work with this conference, getting it together. Like she said, we do have some wonderful speakers that are lined up. Fabulous gospel singer, up and coming, that we're going to try to get out there for. Get her out there. And
Get her name out there, and
Thank you.
and kind of, Laura, when you hear her, see, I can't hear you because Trisha's got the headphones now, so I'm just talking and I'm gonna stop. But Patrice, I always mess that up. Patrice, she's awesome. We had our pictures done. You'll see those. You probably already saw them on Facebook. But Patrice Piggott. And she is phenomenal. She works at Hampton University. She has a big job there. I couldn't even begin to go in and tell you what she does. It's a lot. And a voice like an angel. God has called her into, a contemporary Christian gospel music career. And she's waiting for doors to open for her, and she's walking through them as they do. And we are doing everything we can to help her. So if you like what you hear, maybe sometimes she could, if you're, wherever you're speaking, needs a singer, maybe you can keep her in mind.
I'm always looking for somebody like that, because Malika only does 1 or 2 songs, and that's her patience limit, and I don't sing, so I'm always looking for somebody like that. So I'm really looking forward to hearing her big time.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
I think God's got some good things in store. All we can do is our best and leave the rest to the Master. That's all we can
Exactly.
do. And He knows our hearts, and He knows what we're bringing to the table. And, He takes all of our flaws and everything that we just don't do right, and He turns it into something beautiful. I don't know how He does it, especially with someone as messed up as I am, but He does it. He does it.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, Bonnie was saying that you grew up in Deep Creek.
Uh-huh. Yep. That's where I was born and raised.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, let's see. My mom and dad raised me up at Deep Creek Baptist Church, and I had 5 older brothers, and I was the only girl and the baby. and lived there until my folks moved out here. My folks sold their home and ended up coming out here about 15 years ago. Were full-time RVers for a while. And Daddy got cancer,
Aw.
and he wanted to die here. He loved the Smoky Mountains where we always vacation. He wanted to die here, and so they bought a house here. When I found out about his cancer, I told John I'm going to be where he is. So we moved out here, and I took care of my dad all the way up to his last breath. He actually died in my arms, and that was 4 years ago. It'll be in April.
Aw.
And that's how we ended up out here, and I love it out here. I wouldn't go back if I could. It's just this just seems like always been my home.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to be with him. Definitely
Yeah.
glad you were able to be with him. That
Yeah.
touches on something. I'm a nurse, so I'm definitely able to relate to that aspect.
Yes.
But I'm glad you were definitely able to be there. God knew that you were meant to be with him, and that he was meant to be where he was happy. And
That's right.
That's fabulous. And RVing, that's what my husband wants to do when he retires from the Navy. He wants to RV around.
Yeah, they loved it. They went to Alaska. They got to go to a lot of places, and they were married 58 years. And you don't hear a lot of that anymore. They were married 58 years, and Mom knew that she couldn't take care of him in the last 2 weeks. There was just no way. And
Yeah.
the alternative was that or a nursing home, and that wasn't going to happen as long as I had breath in me because, like I said, was a daddy's girl. So,
Yeah.
we were able to do that, and I'm thankful, and I'm glad they got to travel and do all that they got to do as well.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
had very good Christian parents. I had a great upbringing. Mama played the organ at the church there, and Daddy was a deacon, and I didn't know what it was like never to go to church. But we were, the doors were open, the lights were on, we were there, and that's just the way I was brought up. So I'm very grateful for my upbringing, and had a part of my life that I went away, and my teens and did things I shouldn't. But I'm just thankful for God's redemption and grace that He allows us to come back. And,
Definitely.
and restores us. I'm so thankful for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, he is an amazing God. He's an amazing
Yep.
God. Now, Bonnie just sent me a note here. Do you have some of your friends here that you'd like to give a shout out to?
I got lots of them.
Oh, you got lots of friends. Okay.
I got lots of them. That's one thing I wish I could have brought here with me was my friends. It's hard
Yeah.
when you move somewhere new to build those solid relationships that you had growing up. But my very, very best friend in the whole world is Sharon Weatherington, and hopefully she's coming. I'm hoping that she's going to be there on Saturday.
Oh, great.
And if she's coming, then she should be bringing both her daughters who I babysat and grew up watching them grow up. And that's Sharon's daughters, Melody and Jennifer. And I'd love to see her bring Teresa. Teresa needs to come. And my friend Jody just talked to her today, matter of fact. So hopefully Jody's going to come. Jody Cummings is going to be there. Karen England, Connie Langford. I mean, the list goes on. That Lucy Pilkington. That's the one that said on Facebook she's definitely coming. So
Oh, fantastic.
I'm hoping that these ladies will come. You know how a lot of times people say they're coming and then they don't, and because I'm having to rush out and leave, I'm hoping that won't discourage them because they know, we can't hang out afterwards, but
Yeah.
just the way it worked out this time. If I'd have got a booking right there, I could have stayed another night, but my booking ended up a little further away, so
Yeah.
just the way it worked out. But that's, I believe God, like I said, ordained our steps, so. But we're going to keep pushing it hard on Facebook and keep yelling at these ladies that they need to be there.
Yes, that would be fabulous. Fabulous. Well, it sounds like you're going to help us fill up the house. So
I pray.
that
I pray
is
for
great.
that. But
Great.
I asked Bonnie how far her church is from Deep Creek. Does she know?
Well, actually, I'm going to hand that over to her because I'm not
Okay,
originally
okay.
from here. I'm originally from
Okay.
Ohio. So
Okay.
distances, yep, I'm going to hand that to her. But it was
Well,
fabulous
nice
talking
meeting
with
I'm
you.
looking forward to meeting you in person.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
I said I'm looking forward to meeting you in person.
I am looking forward to meeting you too. Thank you so much for coming and
Yes.
sharing your story. And I really look forward to meeting you.
Good deal.
Okay, and here is Miss Bonnie.
Hey, I hear you're getting ready to help us fill up the house.
I'm a little closer. Can't hear you.
Okay, sorry.
There
I hear
you
you're
go.
getting ready to help us fill up the house.
I said I was trying to, and if these people all come that say they're going to come, we'll be all right. How far is your church from Deep Creek?
We are, let's see, maybe 15 minutes.
Oh, there's no excuse for them not to come.
Oh, no,
No
no, no.
excuse. I'm gonna hit them hard. Yeah, I hit them harder the closer we get.
Yep,
I
just
did
tell
have a
them.
couple of them ask me how to get the tickets, and I'm like, well, you make it perfectly clear right there on your thing how to get the tickets. So I don't have to get on them and just call you.
That's right.
But now
So,
they can wake up Saturday morning and come if they don't have tickets. Is that
oh,
right?
sure, sure.
Okay, that's what I.
We just kind of want to get a head count ahead of time because we are going to be doing a buffet for lunch. And we
Okay.
just want to make sure that we have enough food to feed everybody. We don't want to run out.
Gotcha.
That'd be a
Gotcha.
good thing, but it'd be a bad thing too.
Yes. Well,
So-
I'll start pushing them hard on Facebook to get some clear-cut answers. But I was telling her I had several that had said they're coming. So.
Well, I hope so. Because
Me
I know
too.
when you did yours in Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to be the only person from Virginia to show up. But I
Yeah,
think half
I
the
know.
house, if not more, was from Virginia.
I know.
So if they can go
I
to
know.
Tennessee, they
Those
can come
are the
15
same
minutes.
ones. That's right. Those are the same ones that are supposed to, that all said they were coming. The same ones that you met there. So Sharon and Terry. Now Angie's originally from Virginia, but she actually drove in from North Carolina because she lives in Carolina now. But
Oh, wow.
anyway, I'm gonna get on them. And
Get on
Josie
'em.
was supposed to come, and her husband got sick at that time, but she lives right there in Deep Creek. So I just talked to her today, matter of fact. So we should be able to get at least, a dozen of them there. We should be able to.
Good. So you're a grandma.
I am
Tell
a grandma.
us about that. How's your daughter doing?
I'm telling you, I wish I had grandkids first. I'm telling you.
I know
They're
it'd be
just-
easier, right?
Yeah. Yes, I just love my babies, and just got back a little while ago. That's what I was doing when you texted me the first time. I was driving back from making Easter baskets.
Aw.
Have to make all the Easter baskets for them. But I love being a grandma, and that takes a lot of my time too, because I'm here during the week and I babysit Grayson. But I tell you, the way the world is today, Bonnie, I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world.
No.
If I have to make sacrifices and not have the nicest of everything and live off peanut butter sandwiches for a few years, I will do my best to do that because it's just, we need more praying grandmas. We need more.
That's
more
right. Because our
families,
world is not what it was when you and I were growing up.
It's not. And I can't imagine him, and I'm not saying there's not good daycares. I'm not saying that at all, but I just can't imagine him having to go to daycare and not getting the love and attention that he gets here and the Jesus that he gets here,
That's right.
I mean, so I really love it. So
Yeah. So how many do you have now? Is it just the one?
I've got 3. Ashley married Matt, and Matt already had 2, and they were 4 and 5 when they got married. Yeah, so they're 7 and 8, and then Grayson is 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
your daughter lives where?
She lives about 30 minutes from me in an area called Strawberry Plains.
Oh, that's
So it's about a 30-minute drive. So she drives here 30 minutes, and then after she drops them off at 5:30 in the morning, she drives another 30 minutes to work in Knoxville.
Wow.
She drives about 110 miles to work every day. But
Wow.
like I said, you do what you got to do, And
That's right. And
to
I know
make it
we
work.
talked about this before, but what took you from Chesapeake all the way to Tennessee?
That's right. You couldn't hear because we just shared this story.
Yeah, but I
my
couldn't
mom
hear.
and dad. Yeah, my mom and dad were full-time RVers. They lived in Chesapeake, and when he retired, they sold everything and started traveling full-time. And when he got cancer, this is where he wanted to die, was in the Smoky Mountains, because he always vacationed. We always came here. And so when they told me they were moving here, I told John, so you got to find a job. My daddy can't go nowhere and me not be there. And so John got hired out here at the police department, and we moved out here, and I took care of my dad all the way up until he took his last breath.
Wow. That's awesome.
He died in my arms in my house, so I don't regret it at all. It'll actually be 4 years in April. It'll be 4 years he passed away.
Wow.
So
Now
that's what got me here.
is your husband still on the police force?
He is. He actually works in the school system as a DARE officer. He's works as a resource officer at the high school here.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. So he's only on the streets on holidays and summertime, and then in school. So he's actually at the school with Malika. She gets to go to school with her dad and of course Jordan. So
That's
that makes her mama
great.
that makes her mama feel real good, you know.
Yeah, because wasn't she at one point in the school for the deaf and blind?
Yes, she was, and that my conference was before this happened. Last a February or March, I believe it was. Malika started kind of acting out, and as you know, she functions like a 7-year old, and she
Right.
doesn't tell stuff real good sometimes that's happening. And it took us a while to figure out what was wrong, but she was actually being abused at the school for the blind in Nashville. And
Wow.
make a long story short, we had to get all that worked out, and we didn't send her back there. So we didn't know what we were going to do, just post graduation and all that. And the high school here said send her, so we sent her to the high school with John, and God put the best aid we could ever ask for at her path, and a good Christian lady that has just meant the world to us this past year. Malik will actually graduate this May. On my birthday, she'll graduate May the 24th.
Wow. How old is
So
she now?
she'll be 21 in June.
Yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah.
just like here, we adopted a special needs son. He's deaf and
Uh-huh.
nonverbal, and he's MR. And he was going to the Virginia School for the Deaf and Blind up in
Mhm.
Stanton. And he can go to school till he's 21. I think it's his 21st
Yeah.
birthday. So
Yeah.
that's what we're
Yeah.
working on
She
now.
could actually stay another year, but she's had enough. And with all that she went through that past year, that just put us in, set us back a while, trying to get her past all the stuff that had happened to her. And evidently been happening for a while. It wasn't the school, it was a house parent. And it was just devastating
So I'm
us.
just
And
taking that the house parent's not there anymore.
no, she's not. No, she's not there. And when Malika, when we shared her stories, and other kids that we talked to that already graduated, their stories started surfacing, and it's just a shame that has to happen. And I don't know. I mean, God has a reason, and God takes all the bad, turns it to good, and
That's
He
right.
did, in Malika's life, and we don't understand all the whys sometimes. But you know what? Now I'm thinking, I can't believe we send her away every week for 10 years. I mean, I'm so thankful I don't have to do that anymore. And she's here 24/7. And,
Yeah.
I could, just today I got a text from her aide saying, we're out hunting eggs. And there was Malika sitting out in the grass with Easter eggs around her. So I get updates every day from school. Here's what she's doing. And,
Oh, I thought she
uh,
was with you. I saw that picture.
oh no, that was at school today.
Aw.
That was from her teacher aide. Yeah. And then there was one I posted not long ago. She's on the couch getting ready to take a nap. That's at our church with the teacher aide because Malika goes and vacuums during the week as part of her program.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to take a nap every day, and her aide lets her. So Malika's in heaven. She's full rotten
I
at
bet.
this school. Gets to go in Daddy's office and watch Dora the Explorer every day. And, yeah, so.
Aw. Well, Lord, I've seen with my own eyes when you are up there and you're given your testimony and Malika's testimony, and I've seen lives change. I've seen the Holy Spirit just fill the room. Can you tell us a little bit? I have lost you in my ear.
I still hear you.
Here we go. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the experiences that you've had while speaking to groups?
Yeah, I've had, gosh, I could write another book probably about that. I don't think I've ever been anywhere, and we've been doing this for 12 years now, and I don't think I've ever been anywhere, one church, and I won't even talk about that experience, but I don't think I've ever been anywhere that I've not seen tears flowing and people touched.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't take any glory for that whatsoever. I think it opens people's eyes to think about how much she's been through and see God's goodness. It kind of reminds me of the story in the Bible when the blind man was healed. And do you remember when the people asked, the disciples and stuff asked Jesus, why is he blind? Is it because of some sin his mom or his dad committed or something he done? And Jesus said, no, it's neither. He's blind because I could get the glory from that. And I've been places, and I welcome it. I've never shunned away from it, where they want to lay hands on her, they want to pray for her healing, And I do believe that God can heal. I do believe God can open her eyes. God hasn't chose to do that.
Right.
It doesn't mean that I won't pray anywhere anybody wants to lay oil on and pray for healing. And it's not that I don't believe. In fact, she's got books in her room that are in print because I believe one day she will see. It just may not be this side of heaven. So I have seen God work in wonders like that and show people, look, God doesn't heal everybody this side of heaven. But that doesn't mean that you can't be of use and of value to him.
That's right.
He gets all the glory through all that we do.
That's right. And you know, Laura, if Malika didn't have the testimony that she has, and if her life wasn't the way that it started out, she wouldn't have the testimony that she has.
Exactly.
So lives
And
wouldn't be touched the way that they're being touched.
That's exactly right. And could it be a greater testimony if I went somewhere tomorrow and she spoke and laid hands and she was healed? Well, absolutely. But God's going to get the glory no matter what.
That's right.
God's going to get the glory whether he leaves her this way until the day she gets to heaven or whether he chooses next Sunday night to heal her in a church service. And I'm fine with all of it. I'm fine no matter what condition he leaves her in, whether he leaves her seeing or not seeing. I know that he receives the glory. I'll tell you, I was going to Cowboy church one time, and this lady was in the back just crying and crying and crying, and she came up, and her daughter had been burnt in a tub of hot water by her boyfriend, which is the little girl's daddy, but they had never married. And the mother was really struggling with this. And, I mean, I talked to her, and I prayed with her, and she wanted to buy something, whether it was my book or something, and she was counting out her change. And, of course, I just gave it to her. I didn't want her change. Just take it. Do you know that she went home that night and killed herself?
What?
And I struggled, and I had struggled so long with that. Did I not say enough the day that she was there? Did I not spend enough time praying? You know, I beat myself up over that. I don't understand to this day why that happened. You know, why God allowed that for me to experience that pain of being right there with her and not being able to reach her. But they had told me before she came she was a lost soul, and they just really want. But you know, Bonnie, that was one of the worst, if I have to say worst experiences I've been through speaking and questioning why, you know. And there's some things we'll never know the why to down here. I don't understand that, you know. If she just thought that she never could get to the point that we got to, I don't know. It's just one of the saddest things I ever heard, but she did. She sat there that whole time and listened to Malika's story, came up, told us how much it meant to her, hugged Malika, cried, and then went home that night, and the devil got her, and I don't know why. So, my experiences range from seeing all sorts of things when I'm out there. The church was changed by that. The church was so changed, and their hearts were broken more for people. Maybe it was about what they had to see that they weren't doing to reach more people. In I really don't know. And I'll get to heaven. Maybe the good Lord will show me. But there are a lot of hurting people out there, and I have seen so many people that have changed their lives and hearts, and just by meeting Malika and knowing that, you know what, and I've seen older Christians challenge that they're not going to give up. They shouldn't retire just because they get old. You know, there's no such thing as going in retirement when you're old. You're here to serve God for how many days he gives you, whether that be 90 or 100. And, you know, you might see that in your church. You get the older people that think, well, I've done my share. Now let the younger people do it. And we never get to a point we quit working for.
That's right, and I'm glad you said that, because the church that we go to now, I mean, they are wonderful, wonderful people. I love them all dearly, and it's a lot of older folks, older generation, and I believe that some of them feel that way. You know, to get participation and get people to get up and do other than Sunday morning is pretty difficult.
Yeah. And I don't know why we get lackadaisical and we feel that way. I don't know, and I just pray that God never lets me get to that point in my life where I think it's over and done with, because it's not, you know, and you're never done pulling your share, never. There's always some kind of work for somebody to be doing. You know what I'd love to see is more of these older, seasoned saint ladies even the men, but I'm thinking I'm getting ready to do a retreat here shortly, and that's their whole theme, to take the older ladies and mentor them to the younger ones that are coming along. We've lost that somewhere, because I can remember growing up having so many ladies at Deep Creek Baptist that I looked up to that were older, been saved forever, that would, like the tightest women, just take you in and train you. But we've lost that. I mean, our
Yep,
older
you're
women
right.
don't take them and nurture them, and we need to do that.
That's right. You know, years ago, and you can look back on my Facebook page, the Lord gave me Code Red Ladies. And I bought CodeRedLadies.com. And then, I mean, he spelled it out for me, Laura. He said that more mature Christian women need to reach, because we live in a military area, heavy military area. You know that. And the Lord told me that we need seasoned Christian women to bring up, mentor younger women,
Yep.
and show them the way, show them his love. Plus, on the other end of that, to always reach out to your community every month, take up donations for a cause in that particular community. I found a place over in Chesapeake to have our meetings every month, and I don't know if you know Cheryl Blair, but she's on the police department here in Suffolk. And I had a bunch of women, I think I told you about it before, I'm not sure, to be the charter members. Even if you can't be here physically, we can always Skype you in and, you know, that sort of thing, to be a speaker for that week or that, you know, month. And, but you're right. Our generation behind us and behind them is lacking in God. They haven't a clue who God is, what God can do, the Lord Jesus Christ. You know, they feel unloved, and they're looking for love, like the old country song says, in all the wrong places.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So to get women together, I mean, that is a big thing, to get women together. And that's part of what we're doing with this conference. And I hope this is going to work right, because I took you off of one thing and just put you on speaker up at the microphone. So
I hear you.
I'm that way Tricia can hear too. So we are hoping that, you know, women will bring their granddaughters, bring their daughters, their nieces, anybody from age 13 to 19 years old. If parents, you know, moms want to bring them, they're coming in for free. They don't have to pay for them. And the tickets are only $10 a piece, and that's only to help us, you know, to give back to our speakers. So that's where that money's going to. And we will be taking up donations, so it's not going to cost you anything, you know, as far as coming, not a big fee for that. We just want to bless our speakers and bless the ministry that God has led to bring people here, because, Laura, I'm telling you, I just feel it's so ordained, because the women that I have asked to come speak, there's no way I would have met them.
Right.
You know, God brought them to me.
That's awesome.
So, and you just happened to have that one weekend free when I contacted you.
Yeah.
So I believe God is going to work mighty, mighty, mighty ways through this conference. And I do believe that who needs to be here will be here.
Right. I do too. And that's why I said I don't get caught up in the numbers too much, because I've been to some conferences I've supposed to have 800, 850 ladies there, and very little movement happened. And I've been to some where there's been 10 or 12 ladies, and the altars have been full and lives have been changed. You know, so you just, God
And that's
knows.
what it's all about. One soul is worth everything.
That's exactly right. And I'm excited because my ladies there that I know, that I pray come, you're people they've never heard before, and a newness, you know, and make new contacts. And like you're just talking about, we need that. We need to band together. And I think it's going to be wonderful. And I think God's going to bless your hard work. And I know probably sometimes you lay your head down at night and think, really? you know, does anybody even realize what I'm pouring into this? And you know what? A lot of us don't. But you know what? God sees every one of the sweat drops that you drop getting ready for this thing, and He knows your heart, and it can't go unblessed. He's just a God
the
that
prayer,
cannot fail.
we just want prayer, as much prayer as we can get for this conference and what God can do through this conference, through you all speaking. And,
That's right.
you know, hearts and lives will be
because God moves
changed.
through music, too.
That's
music
right.
is a huge thing. And with you having somebody coming in that this anointed, I mean, it's not always about the speakers. I have seen lives change just solely from a song being sung.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right. And
So,
she definitely is anointed. We're trying to help her to at least get a single out by the time the conference comes, so she'll have something, you know, to sell, and that people can walk away with, you know, her ministry in hand, and hearts be touched. And that's what it's all about. Because I tell you, I pray driving down the road. I listen to my music, you know, my Christian music, and the Lord just touches me. There's songs. Toby Mac, I love Toby Mac. He has a song, and I don't think it's that new, but I heard it for the first time the other day, and it was right on time because I needed that. And I think I posted that on Facebook. I was sitting in the dentist office with my grandbaby, and I had to post it. But yeah, songs move you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm elated that you're going to be here. You're going to make this long trip. How long does it take you? Because I don't remember to get from there to here.
Now, if I'm driving, I can do it in 7 hours.
And her husband's a cop, guys.
Diana's driving, so it'll probably take us about 8 hours.
And you probably don't stop a lot.
No, I don't. I don't stop at all. I mean, we take our protein shakes, me and her, we go to a drive-thru for Malika, and we keep getting it. Yep, that's how we travel. That's how we roll.
God must have given y'all strong bladders.
Yes. No, I just don't drink nothing all day, that's all. Oh, man.
Well, Laura is the book. Can you tell everybody about the name of your book and where they can get it if they want to purchase it ahead of time?
Yeah, it's on my webpage, LOLministryproduction.com. The book is quite old now. Shoot, I don't know how many years ago I wrote that book. Probably 7 or 8. I honestly don't even know. Everybody keeps saying I need to write another one. They don't know what a miracle was. I got the first one out because I am not a writer at all.
Amen to that. I just did my first one. It only took me 4 years to do it.
No, I don't even consider my book a book. I consider it more of a journal, just telling what happened over the years. And it's $10. We'll have them at the conference. I wish I had Malika's CD, but I think when we spoke the other day, Diana told me I had 4 left, and there's no time to get them ordered and in here in time. So I have 4 CDs left of Malika singing. But the exciting part is we sell $5 jewelry. So, ladies, we will have some bling bling.
Oh, yes,
and
yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Bling bling.
And I bought some from you.
Yes.
And she has paintings, right?
Yes, and Malika's been working on paintings, and also these scripture boards that we have found. She's been putting Braille on them, so they'll say like, "I walk by faith, not by sight," and above it, she's brailled the dots. So those are really, really cool. But nothing's more than $10. Everything's under $10 on that table, so they could shop till they drop, and all that money. You know, it makes Malika feel like she has a purpose to paint her butterfly pictures and to Braille stuff. At Christmas, we do a lot of Braille ornaments, and they sell like crazy. We couldn't keep up with them this year. But, you know, it gives her, she's helping the ministry, and she's working where she probably will never go out and have a real 9-to-5 job. She is working and doing something, and doing it at her pace here, and it helps the ministry.
She's sowing a seed, and she is showing people that just because you have a disability, it doesn't cripple you.
That's right.
Not for the Lord, because He can use anybody. Look at all the characters in the Bible that the Lord has used.
Used a jackass, so there's hope for Laura West.
There you go.
That's what I tell people when I'm beginning to get so irate and upset about all these elections going on. I'm like, look, God can use a jackass. He can use any of these guys running for president. So there is hope.
Yeah, and we need
There
to
is.
pray for these people running for president.
Man, I've never lived.
You know,
nothing like
I
this
know
in my
we're
life.
I know we're not supposed to be talking about politics and all that stuff, but I'm gonna tell you, I just have to say this: I wish there was another Ronald Reagan.
Oh,
I know.
I really
I
do.
know.
I wish Colin Powell would run.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that I'm afraid, but I say this in a good way, we're towards the end, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think we've come so far now. I just think that it's going to be any minute that God's going to tell Jesus, go get them, and we'll be out of here. So,
Yeah.
and you know what? I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more I look forward to that. I know when you're younger, you think, oh, but I don't want to die. I want to stay here, and I want to see this, and I want to see that. Every day I feel a little less attached to this world. I really do.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for my heavenly home. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, because, to look at, well, the way people look at Christians now, we are aliens of this world, and
Yeah.
we're just here to do the Lord's work, but this is not our home.
No, and if it is your home, you better do some reevaluation, you know. I just think about your son and Malika. Can you imagine how great heaven's going to be? I mean, when they get there and they get everything's given to them, and they have no blindness, no deafness, no communication, lack of communication. I mean, I just can't imagine. And that's just two of them, me and you know right now personally.
That's right.
Heaven's full of these kids. We will always call them our kids. But when they're healed, I mean, that's enough to make me want to go right now, you know.
That's
I get
right.
excited.
Well,
Yeah.
my mom was born moderately MR, and she had cerebral palsy, and she had a lot of other issues. And, I mean, I'll give you one of my books when you get here, but she had major, major issues. But that woman, the one thing I can say, she truly did love the Lord. There's no doubt about that. And
Right.
the day she died, my husband and I was there. I was holding my mama's hand. And the Lord always brought me back to her when she needed me. And, I told Glenn, I said, you know what? I said, for the very first time, my mama's normal.
That's right.
For the very first time, she's in heaven and she knows what it feels like to be normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. I see all these kids at Malika's school in her class, and I just think about, man, what a day it's going to be, you know?
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true.
you should just might have to sing that at your conference. What a day that'll be when my Jesus I shall see.
Yep.
Amen.
I hope you do. That would.
Yep.
So do you share with her where y'all are going, and does she ever get tired of traveling?
No, she loves it. She says all the time, we got to stay busy. We got to stay busy. And I'm like, I know, we will. We'll stay busy. But no, I don't. Malika loves, we call it Girls Out Adventures. Me and her, Diana, and she lives for those times. She loves it.
Does your husband
when
ever
she
get to
did-
go with you?
If I'm at a local church, once in a while he will, but to tell you the truth, if he was on the line right now, he'd say, I would, Bonnie, but she won't let me. I am a nervous wreck when John's there. I do not know what it is. After all these years, one thing is he cries the whole time, and it doesn't matter. He goes, I can't help it. Every time I hear it, it's like the first time. It was our life, but I just can't believe it was our life. And he's such a tender-hearted man, and I'll be looking around, he'll be down there on the second row, tears just streaming, which chokes me up when I see him crying. And so, I mean, yeah, he would love to go everywhere I go, around here speaking locally. And, of course, his job don't make him travel. But I don't want him there. I know it sounds awful, but I don't. It makes me a nervous wreck.
Well, hey, your friend that you had singing when you had your event, how is she doing?
Brenda,
Mm-hmm.
the one that had cancer.
Yes.
Brenda is still going through her cancer treatment shots, but she's really doing well. Every so often, every couple of weeks, she has to get blood transfusions where she gets low on her blood and her iron, and she gets really tired. And but hey, she's traveling and still singing, and still giving God the glory. So I don't know how much longer she has, but she gets these cancer shots, not chemo, but they're cancer shots. And
What kind of cancer is it?
you know what? I don't even know. I'm
Wow.
not even sure. But she looks great.
Is she still singing?
Oh yeah, she just traveled in. Where was she last weekend? I forgot where her and David went. But yeah, she's traveling. She travels and sings.
Yeah, I follow
Yeah.
her on Facebook.
Yeah, Trisha follows her on Facebook too.
Brenda Braswell. Yep. Yep.
Phenomenal
So
singer.
she don't live far from me. She lives in Kingsport, which is about an hour from me. So she don't live too far from here.
Wow.
But she does recording too in a studio. She has a studio and she records soundtracks for people. So she does that at home.
That's awesome.
But yeah, she's doing real good.
Well, good. Well, one more time, let people know where to get in contact with you for bookings. So, guys, if you guys are looking for a phenomenal speaker, not only a motivational speaker ordained by God, but somebody that can make you laugh and lighten the load for your event, you need to contact Laura West. So, Laura, tell them how they can get in contact with you for booking.
It's LOLministryproduction.com. LOLministryproduction.com.
And the one thing that I know about Laura, and it's unusual these days, and I know I sound old saying that, but it's unusual these days, is Laura does she completely believes in the Lord and the Lord providing for her. So if, love offerings, just...
Yep. We don't ask for anything. I went through a battle with that, and John said for a while when I was trying to get bookings and it was slow, you don't get enough bookings because you don't have a fee. These ladies, I had a lady call me the other day and said she actually called a lady. We've never heard of her. If I told you her name, you wouldn't know it. I don't know it. It wasn't like she was a Chandra Pierce or nothing. And when she called to see if she could come speak at a retreat, her husband said, well, she'll talk to you, but it's no less than $10,000.
What?
And she laughed. She thought she was joking. The man was joking. So she laughed. And she goes, sir, I'm not laughing to be rude, but I just booked, who was it you just said, Toby Mac? We don't know Big Daddy Weave. We had Big Daddy Weave at our church and didn't pay $10,000. He said, well, that's her starting rate. She said, well, no, thank you. And I told John, I goes, well, that's your problem. You don't charge on people think you ain't no good. So I tried for probably about 3 months. I put a fee, and the Lord would not let me sleep. I could wrestled, and and it's not that I think that people charge a fee is a bad thing. I don't, I mean, they've got to pay their bills.
But he works differently for different
That's
people.
Right. It don't work for me, and I'll tell you the main reason why. I feel like there's a lot of little churches that I went to that would have never, ever been able to hear Malika's story if I'd had a fee, because they have no money. They seriously have no money. And if I had done that, I think about how many people would not have been able to hear us just for that one, because money got in the way. And I don't ever want that to be a reason somebody doesn't hear about God's goodness. And I've been to some big whoppers that I walked away thinking, you got to be kidding me. This is it. But God turned around and made it up in a little rinky-dink one of 20 people. He totally blew me away, and I'd be like, are you? So God takes care of all that part. I am not worried about that in the least. I ask for help to get somewhere. If it's out of state, then their money comes out of my pocket. But other than that, I let God manage all that, because he's much better at it than I am. And,
when we had the church, True Love Community Church in Chesapeake, when we had our women's event, we invited Laura, and she was more than willing to come. We had her booked to come, but the tickets didn't sell, and that kind of scared me. But, a lot of people buy at the very last minute, or they just show up. They don't buy ahead of time. So I felt really bad because I knew how far Laura was coming, and I went ahead and released her so she could get booked somewhere else. But, if you have an event, she will come for a love offering. Just give your very best, and that's all the Lord, and that's all Laura requires.
I tell them, just love me to death.
That's right. Love her to death, guys. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to love her to death.
There you go. I
like that.
Well, God bless you, Laura, and thank you for short notice coming on tonight. And I know everybody is going to be excited and can't wait to see you and meet Malika and buy all that bling bling you're going to be bringing.
There you go.
So I'm looking forward to her making some more pictures, because I've already bought one, guys. Y'all can go on her website.
I framed it the other day. It's got a frame on it now, and it's got Bonnie on the front on a little sticky pad. So it's just
Aww. And we're going to start Balancing Your Life TV as well, and that picture is going to go on my wall so everybody can see it every time we come on every week. So God bless you, Laura, and we love you, and we can't wait to see you.
All righty, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, safe travels. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Balancing Your Life Radio. We had Laura West from Tennessee on the line tonight. And I'm telling you, she is going to bless your heart. And we are all going to, as she says, love her to pieces. Tricia, you got anything you want to add tonight?
Just come to the women's conference on April 22nd and 23rd. We're going to be doing a lot. We have a lot of wonderful, wonderful women that have some very powerful, powerful testimonies.
We're going to feed you good.
Feed you good. We're going to feed your bellies and feed your souls.
That's right. I like that. We're going to feed your bellies. We're going to feed your souls. And one thing that I'm doing, I'm going to be speaking that day. And God's given me quite a bit to say in a short period of time, because each speaker is going to be speaking for about 30 minutes, and that's it. I'm going to be speaking for about 15, 20 minutes. We've got a project that we're going to do that you guys are going to get to take home, and you're going to get to look at it every day, and it's going to be individualized to each one of you, so every bit of them, all of them, are going to be different. So we cannot wait. It's a surprise for y'all. Everything's going to be ready and organized for you. You're going to have loads of fun. You're going to make new friends, and you'll be able to stay in touch with all the speakers. And hopefully, if you have an event coming up, one of these speakers, if not all of them, and Patrice, that you'll just invite them to come either to the conference or actually be a part of your conference, and you will be blessed. God bless you guys, and until next week.
God bless and have a wonderful week. Happy Easter.
That's right. Sunday's a big day.
Yes.
Do you know that Easter is more important than Christmas? Because we wouldn't have Christmas if we didn't have Easter.
Amen.
Because Jesus could have been born, but if he didn't die and be, risen from the dead and do what he was put here on this earth to do, Christmas wouldn't really matter.
Very true.
So God bless you guys. Happy Easter. And we hope to see you at church. We are the Teen Church, the Sanctuary. Well, it's the Sanctuary sponsoring the Teen Church at 4165 Pruden Boulevard here in Suffolk, Virginia. We serve breakfast free to the communities from 9 to 10 a.m. every Sunday morning. Come on in and get your bellies full. Hear the Word of God. And until next week, guys, we love you.
Love ya.
Bye.